we can press it, but she's not doing it. I think Dr. Hannah will not be on video today because of her connection where she is, so she'll be.
Okay, no problem.
It's funny. Somebody pushed the blue button, and I know why. Because you think to start, it says start webinar. You think like, oh, I need to press it. So
to start themselves to start, yes, to plug in.
But actually, just open the room for everybody.
It's a bit confusing. Now we have too many people, so somebody pushed.
Yeah, I bet I pushed it before because it's my subconscious mind tells me. But I did not push this time. I know that. Megumi, you're not sleeping. They all awake. 4 in the morning.
Wow.
Okay, Alma, where's your cigarette and coffee?
Yes.
Oh. And then your glasses. Oh, I see no coffee.
But.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. Water, huh? No coffee?
No. Coffee.
Coffee? I don't see it. It's invisible cup.
It's invisible coffee. Yeah, now we can see it.
Natsuki, congratulations.
Okay, c'est
No coffee?
Nagama-san, Daisy T シャツ着てるじゃん。
ともみさんもデイジー T シャツ着て。
We should have made a tank top for Nagayama. We should have made a tank top. You should cut the sleeves off. All right, I also started the live on YouTube, so we are broadcasting. Are you back home now, Avi, or are you still in Dubai?
No, I got back on Saturday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, got back on Saturday, so a week ago exactly.
Awesome.
I got back after our event. I came back to London for 6 days, and then I had to head back out there. Yeah.
Great.
So we're going to go ahead and start in a couple of minutes. So everyone who's joining or who's here already, please reach out to your team, to your upline, your downline, because the information that we're going to go through today is of paramount importance of what's to come in Daisy in your business. So please make sure you're getting your teams on board. I know some of the places they've gathered together. I've got a couple of groups that's gathered 40, 50 people together. They wanted to watch it all together, the actual call, and at the same time do a mini event. So I'm hoping to get some pictures soon.
Awesome.
So we'll give you another minute and then we'll get started. All right. So we're going to get started as more and more people are joining us from all around the world. So welcome to everyone who's here. We see a lot of familiar faces, some new faces, new pace of the leaders. We've just been told, congratulations to you all. What a call. I mean, look at the lineup of this call. We've got the founders of Daisy, all three of them. We've got Dr. Anna Becker in person. I'm pumped. I mean, I'm like, questions are flying off my head. I was supposed to have everything ready, which we do, but there's so many questions flying. I'm getting people messaging me. It's fantastic to see that people are so engaged. So, hey, before we dive right into it, I think it would be great to hear a few words from each of the founders, how they feel right now, how is it going. We've, with the Forex promo, the packages, it's only getting better and better. But here's the funny thing, and I'm sure they can share that. There are so many people who still don't understand how the Forex promo works, how the positioning works, and how a lot of people think they've missed out. And we're going to cover all of these today, but let's hear a few words from each of the founder first of all. So I'll throw you to you, Jeremy, to get this rocking. So over to you.
Awesome. Well, Avinash, thank you so much for putting this call together, and we're just really excited to be here today. It's been an incredible few months with the Daisy project, and we together as a community have really achieved some incredible things. We've really created a disruption in multiple industries, and there's a lot of buzz out there about this community and about this project. So we just want to welcome everyone today. Thank you for being here, being a part of the Daisy family, and wow, what we have announced and what we're going to cover today, is, again, just taking everything to the next level. It was really exciting, Avinash, this week. One of the highlights for me was to see the Daisy fund, the cryptocurrency AI, surpass 100% in profits. I think went all the way up to 113% this week, and that was a big benchmark to have achieved that goal, and we're really just getting started. So we're honored to be here. I'm honored to be here today, and we got some exciting things ahead.
Hey, so Avinash, I want to thank you first for hosting this call. I was talking to Jeremy and Ilya and said, hey, we probably should do every week like AMAs, like question answers with at least with pace setters and leaders on a weekly basis, so people could ask questions. This is a really good idea. Also, I want to say I'm really proud of Endotech, Dr. Anna specifically, her expertise, because a lot of people don't realize what this means when you actually doing what she's doing. It's not a $1 million account. It's not a $10 million account. It's easy to manage this kind and work with. We're talking about it's $100 million in the crypto. It's not even Forex. In Forex, it's a different market, right? So I'm excited that we're going into Forex, because this is another of development of part of AI needs to be, it's in our roadmap, and we're getting there a little bit, couple months ahead. So that said, yeah, like you said, a lot of people think they missed out. This is really good that we're making this call, because they didn't even miss out. We still have the whole week and plus few days, right, to make this happen. So really excited. Thank you again. Thanks everyone for joining, and all the pace of the leaders who's here, and happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you, Avinash, for hosting the call. Also from my side, and like Edward said, so we still have 7 days left, which is a lot of time, and we do have many people who kind of left behind, maybe. So I think this call will be very informative. They will get the answers that they need, to boost their business further. And Forex is a very important milestone for all of us. From the very beginning, we expected Forex to happen. Actually, it's happening even a little bit earlier compared to the roadmap. So we're extremely happy. So from next month, it's going to be exciting journey for us in Forex, and we believe with Dr. Anna's expertise, we'll be able to perform amazingly, just like we do now with in crypto. And Edward, I absolutely agree with you. It's so nice to see this, Jeremy, with you. So nice to see this 100% benchmark that we reached finally a few days ago. It's very, and we still have like few months left until we hit into the first year, right? So because we only launched in January. So I think we are on a good record right now, and Forex will only, of course, help us to boost this business to the next level.
Absolutely. And real quick, any of the Paysetter leaders that are have joined us on this call, if you want, if you can turn your video on, we have the settings set right now where only those with the video on are able to be seen by the attendees. And so we would love for you to, if you're able to turn your video on, that's great. And that way you can be a part of the webinar today.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeremy, Edward, and Ilya. And I think on that note, on what you say, Jeremy, and you touched base, Ilya, regarding, the Daisy AI profits exceeding 100%. And as you said, Ilya, we're still a few months away from being 1 year. And here's what I want to share with people, because sometimes we don't realize that the power of compounding, as Albert Einstein said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. And the reason I share this is because when you take the 100% profit with your 100% capital, which is at 200% total, and here, disclaimer here, we're not saying that's what's going to happen. We're not saying that because they've done it before it's going to happen. But when we look at Endotech has done 10, 15, 20% in 1 day at times. And this is how I look at it. I say, hey, if Endotech could potentially generate 25% per month over the next 3 months remaining for it to be 1 year trading, well, you'll find that you'll be at 390%, 290% profit. And I share this because I get a lot of calls, people saying, man, okay, we know past performance do not guarantee future performance, but because they've consistently done results around the 300% mark, we kind of expected it. And people don't realize that we could still be on track for that. And that's all down to the power of compounding. So I'm really, really happy that we have exceeded those 100%, and I'm really excited for what's in the future. And something else I want to share, because when I traveled to Dubai for the events of Daisy, I got a couple of people message me saying, one of them specifically saying, hey, Avi, are you traveling with family or is it for business? And I say, it's for business. And they go, well, what company is it for? And I go, of course, Daisy. And they go, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm going to the Daisy event. And I even forgot that this person signed up with my link because, in the pre-launch, it was all crazy. I'm sure you can all relate to this. He goes, after the first 4 days, I couldn't log in. I never even tried again. I wasn't in any group. So I believed, something went wrong and it wasn't there. And this person has been sitting there on tier 5 or 6, not even knowing that they've been receiving profits. And because they started with Clever and they don't get notifications, they didn't even know they had money sitting in there and they had profits sitting in there. Wow. And I share this because there's many of you who have people like that in your team. And as you can see, I was guilty of that. I made it a must that I reach out to every single person I've signed up personally, every single person I know is in my organization, because I know there's people out there who don't even realize that this business is working for them without them even knowing.
That's a great.
Right? So make sure you reach out to your people, and we're going to dive right into it. Hey, Jeremy, anytime that we need to shift towards Dr. Anna, let me know straight away. But I think we could start with a couple of general questions just to get that out of the way before we move into the Forex side of things. And the next question is probably for Ilya, because as it was said on stage in Dubai, Ilya is the one with the best communications to Alex, right? At least to Alex. So we know he's very good with communication. Ilya, in terms of communication, there's a very common question in the field. People sometimes don't know who to turn to when there's a little glitch, a little challenge, they have a query, a question. When can we expect to have some sort of support that people or anyone, or at least certain leaders, can go to be able to help their team get things fixed or moving quickly?
Yeah, Avi, I think this is very important question. We know in any business, customer support is probably the key factor, to success of any business. So we know that on the technical side, we have smart contracts, right? And they are working just amazingly without any glitches. So it's smooth. We don't have any issues. And this is where actually Alex was coming from, because we remember that Alex created smart contracts, right, in our system. And plus we have our back office, which sometimes causes some issues, some questions, of course. And on this side, we do expect to have some technical support from Endotech side. We're still working on this, and while we don't have the support up and running, so of course everybody can, if you are pay setter or pay setter leader, you can write your questions in, we have chats on the Telegram, everybody knows this, right? So if you are not pay setter yet, just ask your question to your upline pay setter leader, and they will ask this question, write this question in the chat, and we'll reach out to support, and we'll of course take care of all the technical issues that we have. You're muted.
Thank you very much for that, Ilya. I'll probably move over to Edward for the next question, because there's a part of that which I know Edward is very, very passionate about, and I know why, rightfully so. So Edward, what makes Daisy such a disruptive model from your perspective as someone who's been in not just network marketing, not just crypto or trading, but in business for so many years with so much success? Especially the long-term roadmap for Daisy, the goal for Endotech with the equity part of it that we get, for any new paysetter leader here and upcoming paysetter leader, guys, that 2%, I think it's going to be incredible. But let's hear that from Mr. Edward Hemchan himself. So please, Edward, if you can enlighten us on that.
Yes, thank you, Avi. So for the very first, the very strong is Endotech. Both on Endotech performance. If you look in this industry, in our industry, I personally haven't seen anything that is real, like 100% transparent as real as Endotech. And I've been in this industry for very long, and I've been looking for, looked at hundreds of different companies, right? And when I saw Endotech, I knew this is it, but I had to still check more and more and try it myself, right? And then the model we create with crowdfunding, with Endotech equity, acquiring equity and growing a company, it's basically every single person here is the founder. Every single person owns some of the shares of Endotech, and that makes really, really powerful to me, because I understand this. It's really hard for people to see a long vision and understand the equity part. But I think if you combine smart contracts, the transparency, that part of peer-to-peer, the real trading with the real results, right? And acquiring equity, that's my short answer.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Edward. I'll move to Jeremy on something regarding the events that's been announced for Dubai. Before then, we get into some of the technical questions. Now, we know the event has been announced, the date has been announced, and potentially the venue at the Coca-Cola Arena, which can hold large numbers. And a lot of people wanted to know more details so they can really start working on getting maximum people there. They were asking questions like, tickets, prices, first, are the dates confirmed? Are we going to run any promotion for bulk buying? Are we going to run any promotion for, a target where people receive a reward for turning up or coming to the event or getting flown out to the event or anything at all? So do we have any information on those?
Yeah, that's awesome. We do. So one of the things we're going to do after this month ends, because right now there's all focus right now is on the Forex promotion pack, and all of the leaders are really focused on making sure that everyone takes advantage of that. Once we're done with the promotion, we're going to have a call with the paysetter leaders to discuss the strategy, but we will be releasing the early bird special for people to pre-register. Really want to encourage and invite everyone to pre-register as quickly as you can once we go live. And the reason it's really important for us is we're taking a big step in having this event. We We believe that we as a community can really get the word out and bring everyone together and have a really good turnout for this event. Thousands of Daisy members coming together in Dubai. And so as you can imagine, there's an enormous amount of planning and coordinating and all of that goes into preparing for an event like this. It's going to be incredible. We've had several meetings already with the production company that we're working with, and it's going to be just a all-out, explosive, powerful, life-changing event in Dubai, and it'll be the first global event that Daisy has ever had. We've got some really, really big announcements that we will be making there as well. So in the first week of November, we will be making some official announcements about pre-registration, about early bird specials, and all of that. So everybody can be prepared early November to secure your seats at that event. So it's going to be incredible, Avi, and I think we're going to make history together at that event.
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. And again, before we move into the Forex side of things, and I know we've got Dr. Anna here. I don't know what. Should we move into that, Jeremy?
Yes, let's do it. Yeah. Dr. Anna is in between meetings and has a busy day. So yes, let's move to her right now.
Okay, awesome. Now, what we'll do is, as we have people from, we have people who's been here from day one, people who joined Friday, and we've got a lot of new people. So I think it would be great if we could start with Dr. Anna Becker giving a little bit brief background of herself, of Endotech, and where she started, and how she got into Forex, and how she got eventually into crypto, and into AI. So it'd be great for everyone, because there's some people probably here who's never heard from Dr. Anna Becker yet.
Yeah, thank you, Avinash. Apologies to the community that I'm without video today. Really great to see you again after Dubai. It's so lovely to see your faces again through the Zoom. My story about my experience with different markets started with commodity market that we worked together with as part of Strategy Runner, my previous company, that did algorithmic trading for retail and institutional clients, and we were enabling professional strategies for again retail and institutional investors on CME, CBOT, London Exchange, and so on. And it was a very specific market. After that, we moved into Forex. Endotech started after we sold Strategy Runner. We started with Forex as part of Endotech, did some Nostra trading on over $150 million, did some active trading, was very interesting experience. And then after touching on options, ETFs, literally every active asset, we decided to move into crypto in 2017 because apparently it was the easiest asset for us for the high volatility and the high profits that we're looking for. So it brought challenges that I wanted to touch upon what you, Avinash, said, that people were expecting 300% this year, and we till now delivered only 100. And please keep in mind that this is the development project. This is not a presentation of the results that were reached before. This is the first time that Endotech moved into the development of AI and execution for such a large sums on one account for the crypto. So during this year, we were improving the technology, we were improving the execution, we were improving all the parts in order to present this result. So on single accounts, we do have this 300%, but it's not scalable the same way this Daisy project is scalable. It has much more heavy lifting for the client and other elements. So I'm personally very proud of this 100%, and I even find it a little bit funny to apologize for 100% against 300% for the different accounts. So From this point of view, yes, we are on track. Still, the percentages that we are planning to bring by end of the project, by end of the Daisy project, are still in our cards. And I think Forex project that will be much more active trading, that will provide us much smoother results, will bring us the initial promise of the direction. So that's our story. So that's the story of the crypto and Forex.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that, Dr. Anna. And I think you touched base on it a little bit already, but a common question is, a lot of people know, or a lot of people have recently found out through our Zooms and your presentations that Forex is a 6.6 trillion per day industry. It's a huge industry, right? And the question is very often, having moved away from Forex into, crypto and other avenues, why the move back into Forex, and how does that impact Daisy and also Endotech for the future with the equity and everything?
Yes, I think it's a very important question, and my main answer lies again in the presentation that we gave in Dubai, that part of the vision is that we enable retail investors, and not just hundreds of thousands as we right now with Daisy, but literally millions, to be able to create their new financial future. For this, we need to be able to work on hundreds of $billions. And while crypto market provides us with a great opportunity right now for the billions of dollars, if we're talking about tens and hundreds of billions, we definitely need additional markets. So this move is part of our future. It's not a move that we need right now. There is no need for it's part of the want. So we're going to the future, we're going it now. We can wait till the pain comes, but we can do it before, and we can be ready when the need for Endotech is, and for the Daisy, is to manage more money. The additional element is just we are ready now to go back to the Forex, because our system, Endotech systems, and the Daisy clients, Daisy contributors, we are ready to go back to Forex and to enjoy what Forex has to give us, right? So one of the main elements that we're expecting from Forex is a lower drawdowns, is to be able to see and not to suffer from 40%, 45% of what we saw during Daisy. Again, I will not apologize for the number, but this is definitely deserves the explanation. One of the reasons was that we were managing more money than the system was accustomed to. So this element brought us additional few percentage of the losses. Plus the Tron that we use, plus the Binance coins that we use, all of it were element that is not part of the strategies. It's not part of the expectation about strategy, it's part of the operation. So again, Forex needs to bring us lower drawdowns, more stable returns, and I guess everybody saw the results of backtesting. We feel very confident with these results, with the strategy, and we're ready to launch it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dr. Anna. And I think you just touched base on the backtesting, which probably brings you to the next question, because many people here are not very familiar with the term backtesting or any trading kind of term. We understand that, hey, one of the main advantage that Forex will also bring to the community is to be able to see more regular trades being open and closed and seeing the results on a more, shorter term and regular basis. And obviously the added bonus of lower drawdown, which is great. Can you explain, just in very brief, in layman terms, what is backtesting and how the results we've shown it to people, but just so people understand what was done to come to that conclusion? Because some people look at it and think that was actual results, and some people look at it and think it's meaningless.
Yeah, let me explain. I love this subject of backtesting, and so when you're preparing your methodology of how you would trade any system, you need first to build it and to try it. So you try it usually on previous results, on the history of the markets. So that's where comes the word backtesting. You're testing it back to the historical data. So there's lots of philosophical questions that come into place. Can you use history to build something? And my simple answer is that all we do as people. You cannot learn without seeing the history. You cannot build anything without observing the history. That's how we function as human beings. So this is the very important first step that everyone needs to do. Whether it's meaningless, this question comes only from the fact that if it's done not properly, it can bring the system that fits the previous history but does not explain the future. Again, it's applicable to any field that if you're trying to learn something and you're viewing the numbers, then you can learn in the wrong way. My favorite example is if you try to understand who is the human being and all you do, you enter the room of the business people and you say, okay, I understand the human is a person that wears black socks. This is what people see day and night at these business rooms, right? And then ladies comes in and then this type of flirting will say, it's not a human, right? So the question is how you do this preparation of the model and how you do the study, right? So we have the study that proved itself working for the last 20 years. We have the study that is the best practices for the companies. So it's not meaningless. It has its drawbacks. It has its issues. And that's why we're going into the real trading in November to verify that there is no mishap, that there is no new behaviors of the market that we didn't see before. And it's work in progress from that point.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Dr. Anna. So just to put this into very simple terms, what we're saying is this was taking the strategy that we have now and seeing how it would have performed over the past few years had we been using that strategy already. Is that correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. And then the main work to make sure that whenever surprises that we will get in the Forex market in the future, the changes that may happen, we will be still prepared. So we're trying to prepare the system not only for the history, and we're not taking few years, we're taking literally to the beginning of the available data, which is 1970, and from that point, we're moving forward. So the real work is lots of data, lots of information, and trying to prepare the system for the future.
Fantastic, thank you. I know Jeremy's mentioned you in between meetings, you've got other meeting, but if we can fire away one more question, which is, are we able to announce the broker that we will be using or the list of brokers that we'll be using, as well as the leverage that we intend to use to trade the Forex trading? And since you mentioned that the drawdown is lower than the cryptocurrency side, do we have an idea of an estimated kind of drawdown that we'll be using?
Yes, definitely. Again, we're very open about the story because it will be work in progress. And we, as Endotech and Daisy, have the joint road to go. So we're starting with interactive brokers as a first company. We are in several discussions with additional brokers because we do understand the potential difficulties that can happen at such amounts. And again, we will definitely be with more than one broker on the Forex side. And specifically on the institutional side of the brokerage, because it's very important for us to have low slippage and a very high level of execution. Now, on the, but it will take time. For us, it will take time to add additional brokers. And we will announce as soon as we are going there because, again, we are committed to have a review by Ernst & Young, and we are committed to show the results to the community. So you will see the results in real time in the backend. So you will be able to see back office. From the peak to valley, the worst drawdowns, we will definitely stay below 20%. And the recovery rate will be much faster than what we experienced with crypto. With crypto, we saw quite a few months of negative results. Here, we are committed to having it 1 month at most to be back to the story. So again, 20% of the worst drawdown and quite quick recovery rate for these situations.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that, Dr. Anna. And can we disclose the leverage that we'll be using?
Yes, the leverage between 10 and 30 per trade.
Thank you. And I think the last question on that side for yourself, which a lot of people have been asking, a lot of people's like, why did the founders open it up where people can buy tier 5 and they already get a placement in the matrix of all 10 tiers? So the next question now people are asking, well, hey, if we're already on all 10 tiers, well, really, the next step is really the VIP accounts. Do we have a timeline on when VIP accounts may become available?
For the crypto side?
No, for the Forex side.
This is, I would caution, like we as a system, we're now moving into Forex. So just let's say frankly, we're not ready. We're not ready for VIP accounts. We need first to try the system on joint fund to be sure that, again, all the parts are working. And then we will move into VIP.
I want to add something, Avinash. It doesn't matter that they purchase 5 and they have a 10 level. So when that day comes in Forex for VIP, you would still have to be 10 purchased in order to go there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for clarifying that, Edward. I think that's very, very key. In terms of questions for Dr. Anna specifically, I think she's answered those beautifully. I hope everyone feels the same. A lot of questions were passed there, and I love the transparency. I love the transparency of knowing the drawdown, of knowing the brokers, of knowing the leverage, because Edward will understand this coming from a background of trading. These are all key aspects when you're trading. And for those who understand, I'm sure you understand that. So I want to say a massive thank you, first of all, to Dr. Anna Becker for taking the time to be on this call. We know you.
Avinash, thank you so much. And just again, to repeat, it's scary to be transparent, but I think it's a key to push the system, to push yourself and to push the system into excellence. So I hope it helps us all to work towards our goal. Again, it's scary but necessary. So let's continue this way.
Thank you. We appreciate you and your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. So we'll head back to our founders here for a few more questions on the Forex side, and then we've got a few other general questions that we'd like to go through. I think one thing which is really important here is for people to understand the process of what's happening now. There are still a lot of people right now who felt that, or who feels that they've missed out because some people in their organization have already bought the Forex CS before them. And it would be great if one of the founders could enlighten how the system and the structure work right now, so that anyone who purchases up to whatever the deadline is, they do not miss out on anything. So I think it's really important we make that clear for people.
Yeah, I think that's a big one, Avi, and it's huge, really, because in our normal model, if somebody upgrades a tier before you do, then the opportunity to earn the matrix bonus, the largest portion of our rewards plan, it passes you up. And so the way we've structured this is there's two things. Number one, it's all of the payouts for all 5 of the Forex promo tiers will be based on tier 1's genealogy. So that means that your master genealogy, where you have the most people, where everyone has the biggest team, that's the genealogy that's going to be used to pay out on the Forex tiers. And so that just gives you a maximum opportunity to earn from the largest group of people in your network, and that's the tier 1 genealogy. Number 2 is, as long as you purchase the Forex tiers 1 through 5, by the end of this month, by the end of the promotion period, you will get paid on all of the generations that you're qualified to get paid on. And so let's say that you have 10 people in your organization that have already purchased the Forex tiers, and today you decide to purchase the Forex tiers. You're going to get paid, be able to get paid on those 10 members, or however many members it is that have purchased, as long as you purchase the Forex tiers before the promotion ends, which is the last day of October. Now, those members that purchase sooner will immediately be placed into the higher tier matrices, right? So that element still stays the same. So there is some advantage to timing. If if you purchase your tiers today, you're going to be placed into the matrices right away, the higher tiers, the positioning. But the payouts on the Forex packages that are purchased in the month of October, you will not miss out on those payouts as long as you purchase the the Forex tiers in the month of October, and of course on the whatever generations it is that you are qualified to earn.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that, Jeremy. Jeremy, could you make my iPad co-host, please? I think I just want to make sure, I'm a visual person, and I know there's a lot of people like that. I want to make sure that people understand this, because I was talking to someone day before yesterday, and they had given up on the option of purchasing because they really felt they'd missed out. They go, well, everyone I talked to in my team have already purchased the tiers. And coming from how we did it in the pre-launch and in the launch, everyone just assumed that they'll miss out. Unfortunately, the option is not there for me to share a whiteboard, but that's okay. So just to repeat this, just so that I make sure everyone understands, as long as they purchase their tiers in Forex by the 1st of November, it doesn't matter if someone purchased before then. If they are originally in their matrix, not necessarily just their team, but their matrix, they will get paid on those people, although they purchased their tiers after. Is that correct?
That's correct, and on their tier 1 matrix, right? So that's important, is that because the tier 1 matrix is the biggest matrix for every member, right? It's the matrix that everyone joins at tier 1, and it's the biggest genealogy for everyone. So if somebody buys tier 5 or Forex, maybe you're not a tier 5 member yet. You're not in the tier 5 matrix, but you still have the ability to get paid on that purchase because they're in your tier 1 matrix. So that's exactly right.
Amazing. Well, that brings me to another point, which also means a lot of people are looking at it saying, hey, well, I need to see how many people in my team who I know have purchased the Forex tiers. What they're not realizing is it's not based on their team, it's based on their matrix. So they may have no one in their team who purchased the Forex tiers, but if people in their matrix right now goes and purchase the Forex tiers, they'd have to purchase the Forex tiers themselves to qualify to get paid on those on November 1st. So could you confirm that and clarify on that, please, Jeremy?
Yeah, that's 100% correct. So we're not just, it's not just talking about your personal team of referrals, but all of the spillover and all of the matrix growth in your tier 1 genealogy, you're able to earn on that entire organization.
Fantastic. So just to clarify, those who do not take the Forex tiers by the 1st, you miss out on that. Now, there's something else that was announced and people are still unsure. There's a little step, procedure, process that everyone needs to do on or around November 1st regarding the fees of all the tiers they purchase. Can we clarify that process as well as the time frame that everyone has to do that, how much it will cost in fees, and what's the impact of someone who don't do it?
Absolutely, yes. So if you remember the current process, if somebody joins Daisy with, up until now, you have two transactions. You purchase the tier, and then immediately after you purchase the tier, you have a confirmation transaction. So you have two transactions that take place. And both of those transactions have energy fees because it's blockchain transactions that take place. So in order to make sure that members had the entire month of October to qualify to purchase the packages, the confirmation transaction for each tier is going to happen on November 1st. So on November 1st, everyone who purchased the Forex tiers on November 1st, you will then, at that moment, be able to confirm the purchase. And it's going to be around, same it is now, we say 70 Tron to be safe. It could be less than that for each transaction, but 70 Tron, same as it is now. Now, there's two things that are really important. Number one is, in order for your Forex trading contribution to go live and to actually be activated, you have to do this confirmation transaction. So people that don't confirm the contribution will not have access to the live trade account, and they will not be able to withdraw from the Forex account. So that's very important, right? So you have to confirm in order to be active. Number two is, in order to have access to your back office, you will need to confirm. So someone who has purchased the Forex tiers, when you go to your back office, you will not have access to the back office until you confirm. So there'll be a pop-up that says you need to confirm your transaction, and until those confirmations are done, you will not have access to the back office. So it's very important that everyone, we don't want you to waste your money that you put into these tiers. We want you to be active. And in order to activate that, you have to complete the confirmation transaction. And it's just the same as always. It's a click of a button. It will be 5 transactions if you do all 5 tiers, right? So you'll confirm tier 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it will be around 70 Tron or less for each one of those transactions, just like it is now.
Thank you for that, Jeremy. Jeremy, could you just clarify if I missed it? What would be the gap between the time that people have to do this and the commission run of the matrix paying out?
It'll be instant. So every time somebody confirms their transaction, the matrix payout happens immediately. So when people confirm their transaction, it activates their tier, activates their trading, it unlocks their back office, and it automatically releases those funds from the smart contract. So that's a very, very important, another very important point. So our we believe that if we get the message out, we can have everyone upgrade, and not upgrade, but confirm their tiers on November 1st, right? And everyone can be prepared for that. Go in, take 60 seconds to click the button, for each tier, and that's done. And then immediately, the matrix bonuses and the check matching bonuses will also be released. Every time somebody clicks confirmation, it will release the matrix bonuses to all of the members that are to get paid.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for clarifying that, because there was a lot of confusion about this, so really appreciate it. Well, before we move away from the Forex, and I have a feeling we may end up coming back for a question or two on Forex, because that's what it's all about. I think it's very important for people to understand that we've done a total of, if I'm not mistaken, over in excess of $11 million in contributions already, because I see the fund at over $5.5 million.
Exactly.
And that's almost, and it's not limited, almost like most people say, hey, I don't need to go past tier 5. Because some people don't realize that they compare that the initial pre-launch and launch, we did like 50 million. in contributions. But when I look at these 11 million based on like almost tier 10 almost being valued at $3,100, we've got some incredible momentum there that most people don't realize or understand. You know, they say numbers don't lie. When I do the average tier compared to having the tier 10, I mean, this is incredible. And I believe sincerely that we can go and double those figures over the next 1 week. So I don't want anything taken away from your incredible hard work that every single one has put in, and I think it's been exceptional. A couple of other things that we want to move into is on the token side. I would love to get that done before talking about the Forex, but it's very important because we keep getting those. Someone said, in fact, today, and I've heard this before, that initially we announced that once the token launched, there is a kind of in the back end of some sort of buyback to try and maintain the price as high as possible prior to the DCO really taking off, because we knew it'd take time for the first project and the second and then eventually the fifth, the 10th project to come through. But recently there's been quite a sharp decline in the price, and for some people they want to understand how all of that comes into play and what's the plan going forwards.
Yeah, I'll give a quick answer and then throw it to Ilya, because this is definitely his expertise. But I do want to make a couple of quick comments on that. Number one is, yeah, of course, we have, in fact, we are currently right now with the new rebrand and the launch of the new launch pad and token. We're bringing in an incredible team of market makers that have actually built some of the most successful projects that we're all very familiar with, very successful crypto projects in the marketplace, and that's where the buyback and the continued flow there will take place. The reason that right now, one of the reasons right now that we're not seeing and we're not concerned about this right now, the growth of the token price, is we know that the relaunch is coming, the new launch pad is launching, and when that happens, there will be a massive what we promised before, but now we're going to deliver a public campaign around that new branded token and the launch pad. So there'll be a huge media campaign with articles and YouTubers and influencers that will be promoting the new launch pad in the open market, and then that's going to start to create the open market participation and all that. So that's one of the reasons is we just have not yet pulled the trigger on the major exchanges, and we've not yet pulled the trigger on the public marketing outside of the Daisy community. So our major focus right now with the whole Launchpad team, we're bringing in top advisors and partners that are experts in this, is bringing the project to the awareness of the whole world and really going public in a big way, which will create the buyers out there in the marketplace, combined with a brilliant team of market makers that works with each one of those exchanges, as well as the DeFi swaps, Pancake Swap and Uniswap, which the new token will be part of. So that's a quick answer on that. But Ilya, I mean, this is your expertise. So I'll throw it over to you, man.
Yeah, right, Jeremy. I think you answered the question quite perfectly. We will, as we promised on the last call, we will be delivering like weekly updates, starting from probably a couple of days from now. Every time we deliver some updates, actually, it's going to be quite exciting news with some real facts and numbers and names that we will be releasing. And together with those updates, we really expect, the price of the token to kick off. But again, we don't pay too much attention, Avi, now at the current price, because whether it's 1.5 or 2 or 3, it's not that relevant, because we are focusing on the brand, we're focusing on the new token that everybody will be, happy to know the name of very soon, together with a launchpad name, right? So it's going to be a very exciting update. And even before we start the first DCO, we really expect to have so many nice updates and news that the token will take off like naturally. This is what we believe, and plus, as Jeremy explained, we actually negotiating with a group of market makers who did an amazing job in the past, like Jeremy said. And we expect the market making to become much smoother compared to what we have right now. So it's going to be very professional from now on, and we surround ourselves with top of the top experts in the space.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that, Jeremy and Ilya. Well, if I understand correctly from what I'm hearing, I think we are lucky to be able to have access to the Daisy token right now at such a price. So I'm going to call it like it's a buying time. And not to forget that most of us, well, every single one of us here had the opportunity to buy those tokens at 10 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents. And we understand there's a vesting period, but you know what? You could grab some of those tokens right now at less than $1.50, and there's no vesting period in those tokens. If it doubles next week, you could sell those and receive double for it. So I think that's fantastic. Thank you very much for that. Regarding the token, there's something that was announced recently regarding the swap to the new token once that's ready. And people just want to make sure that it was correctly said that it's going to be a one-to-one swap from the token. But the main part of the question is, what would the new token price start at? Would it be at the closing of the current when we swap over, that price just carries on? Or is there a whole new tokenomics kind of thing behind it that people want to know?
Yeah. The price, we expect the price to be identical. And actually, this call, Avi, was dedicated more to Forex side. So if you knew that you would ask questions about crypto side, we would have brought Alex, definitely. But the price we expect to be identical. So the tokenomics are going to be quite identical with maybe some little enhancements, right? So which we are discussing right now. So it's going to be new token name, but pretty much the same scenario, pretty much the same vision, and the same tokenomics. So, which means that in order for people to participate in DCO projects, right, in IDO projects, they will need to stake this new token. The swap is going to be one-to-one, and we will be releasing all this over the next few coming weeks, all this information.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Ilya. Definitely the call was primarily for Forex, but there were so many messages coming in with the same along the same line, and we thought, hey, it's important that we ask it. So maybe we'll take one last question that we had outside of the Forex, which is regarding the DCO. And I know you say you're going to be announcing more soon, but let's take the second part of the question. What impact and how quickly do we expect these projects to come through and the impact they could have on the Daisy token?
Well, that's a core of our business, right? So in order for people to participate in the cheapest in the history, right, of those projects, cheapest price of token sale, they need to stake our token, right, which is going to be new name. So this is the whole tokenomics is built around this. So impact is going to be quite big because we will create a lot of noise on the social media. People will be talking about those projects. We're talking not only about small projects like 100K to 200K capacity, which we will have also, right, like little ideas, but we're talking about multi-million dollars, big raises, right? So when we do this kind of raises, of course, not only in crypto space, but outside of crypto space, people will know about those projects. Everybody will want to participate, and everybody will be buying our tokens, right, in order to participate. So the impact is going to be quite big. And talking about timelines, again, it's going to take a few weeks from now. We cannot technically do any of those DCOs, let's say, next week or a couple of weeks from now. But it's coming a few weeks from now. Alex said on the last call, it will take from, like, he expects to complete everything within 4 weeks, but it may take a little bit longer, like from 1 month to 2 months. So I'm going to be very conservative here without providing any timelines. But from now on a weekly basis, week after week, we will be releasing more updates with the timelines, and Alex is working around the clock 24/7 to make it happen.
Fabulous. Now, Edward's been quite quiet here, so we're going to throw something to Edward, right? We can't leave him out.
I can add something to the talking before you.
Please, we would love to hear that.
Because understanding trading and looking at the questions people asking, why are you guys not buying back tokens? it's really for market makers to give them to work, to do the right proper work. We have to have the business going. We have to have events happening. We have to have announcements, DCOs and everything. That way they can work with buying back and everything. When right now you throwing at them nothing, there's absolutely no business behind. Just people are trying to sell their tokens so they could buy Forex, and then they say, hey, why is the market dropping? There's nothing going on, you're only selling. So, and it's natural, it's okay to do it, right? But don't, you have to, you don't have to really pay attention right now what is going on with the token, like in reality, to be worried about that the price is dropping, because business did not start yet. IUS did not came yet, and the business partners are only coming right now, and market. So that's I just wanted to add this because it's really when person asking this kind of questions, it shows that they're not aware of what is going on, and that's why we're going to have weekly updates starting Monday.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to spill the beans. Yesterday, when I saw the price drop, I bought 5,000 USDT worth of. And as you guys were answering, he was giving me confidence in what I already believe, and I went and bought some more. And I won't mention name, a very good friend of mine, a pacer, the leader that we have, messaged me saying, stop giving away my secret. Other people are going to start buying. Let me buy quietly, right? And I'm sure he's laughing right now, wherever he's sitting. So that's incredible. And yeah, look, you're able to buy those tokens right now, no vesting period, sell it when you want, use it to be able to stake and get benefit from it. I think it's brilliant. But let's move back into the Forex side of things. I think the most important part of this call. Jeremy and Edward, I think between the two of you, this question is towards you guys. I think the importance of this Forex promo that we have right now, with the tier 1 to 5, but also with the added bonus of it, where anyone who's already been in the business for more than 30 days, but maybe missed out on their pay setter, or maybe missed out on their pay setter leader, or maybe they have 3 potential new pay setter gold that missed out, that could become pay setter gold, and get them an additional share in pay setter leader. I think it's very important that we reiterate on that, because that's such a powerful tool. And not to forget that if someone goes and grab a new pacer leadership pool right now, they qualify for that special new 2% equity that's been allocated. So I'm going to throw it back to you, Jeremy and Edward. Between you two, this question is directed to both of you.
Awesome. Yeah, Edward, why don't you take it out?
And this is a really good question. I'm actually thankful you brought this up, because I feel, and this is really bothers me, I feel like a lot of people still do not understand what is available, that second chance, and how the second chance can give you with this promo together. Only, it feels like it's not enough. It's by the time they get it, it'll be November already, and then they're going to go like, oh, I missed out. So we really need to stress out and explain this really clearly so people really understand how big this potential second chance, because it's not hard to reach. It's not hard to reach and become pay setter, and then create, if you already have share or you don't, you can help your team to reach pay setter, become a leader, and get into this new pool. I think I'll pass it to Jeremy to explain this, but this is, because I won't be able to explain it, so people, I mean, I can do one-on-one and explain it to you, right? Jeremy, please explain how easy the process is.
Yeah, so to put it in context so everybody understands, normally when you join Daisy as a brand new member, every person that joins Daisy has exactly 30 days to get pay setter gold qualification done. And so that's the reason it's called pay setter, because you're setting the pace, right? And so it's based upon your first 30 days, and you're setting the pace by reaching a goal in this short period of time, this 30-day launch. And there's some big benefits of becoming a pay setter gold. You participate in the global bonus pool, all of the new contributions that are made in every tier. You participate in the bonus pool from all of the global trading profits from the AI, and you also participate as a paysetter gold in an additional 5% equity bonus pool, where 5% of equity in Endotech is shared with the paysetter goal. So it's a big incentive, right? It's a big goal to hit. Well, many people have gone past the 30 days and they didn't achieve that goal. So what is the target for paysetter goal? What's the requirement? Well, it's two things. Number one, you have to refer 24 people to Daisy. It doesn't matter what tier they join in, but you have to have 24 personal referrals that join Daisy. Number two is those referrals that you have, whether it's 24 or 50 or 100, all of your referrals combined have to have 128,000 in contributions total. So you take all your personal referrals and you add up what tiers they purchased. It has to be at least 128,000. But if you go past your 30 days, you miss that opportunity, right? It literally is a 30-day opportunity for people that want to launch their Daisy business. So the promotion that we have right now is really incredible, because here's what it does. Let's say that you have, let's say in the last 6 months, say you've been with Daisy for 6 months, and let's say in the last 6 months, you already have 24 referrals. And let's say in the last 6 months, you already have 100,000 USDT contributions or 200,000 USDT contributions, but you did not achieve that in your first 30 days. And so you're not paysetter. Or let's say that you haven't quite met the qualifications, but you're close. Let's say that you have 10 personal referrals. And let's say that you have 50,000 in personal referral contributions. Here's how the paysetter promotion works. When 24 of your personal referrals participate in the Forex promotion, tiers 1 through 5. So you have 24 of your personal referrals. They could be previous, old, existing personal referrals. They could be brand new people that join Daisy today, right now, and it can be both, combination. But when 24 of your personal referrals purchase tiers 1 through 5 of the Forex promotion, everything you've done in Daisy up until now counts towards paysetter. And you have until the end of October to achieve the goal of 24 referrals with 128,000 in personal referral contributions. So when 24 of your personal referrals participate in tiers 1 through 5 of the Forex promo, it unlocks all of your previous activity that you've done. All of your personal referrals, all of the contributions that have been made, and if all of that together, combined with this month's production, adds up to 24 total personal referrals and 128,000 in contributions, you are a paysetter gold. Even if you've been in Daisy for the last 6 months and you missed out on your first 30 days, this is an opportunity for you to actually qualify paysetter gold and get to count all of the work that you've done up until now. You're muted, Avi.
Avinash, you're muted. Nobody hears you. You're muted.
All right. I nearly told the whole story, but I'm just kidding. Well, thank you very much for that, Jeremy. I think it's such an important part where people who's missed out and thought they'd never be able to achieve that, whether it's paysetter goal or paysetter leadership, it now gives them a second chance to be able to do that. All they need to do is go back to the existing people and get some new people, combined 24 who purchases tier 1 to 5 in Forex, and now suddenly they have an option to become a paysetter. And we'll throw it to Edward for the second half of that, because this promo will help a lot of people now become paysetter leader or achieve an additional share in paysetter leadership, which on top of what we know it brings,
it brings something else which is very unique that was only announced and disclosed in Dubai regarding the equity part for pace-setter leadership. Only those who qualify for an additional share or new share from 1st of October, I believe. So, Edward, if you could shed some light on that and really break it down for people and let them know, I don't know if we know how many qualified people we have so far, and maybe based on a couple of estimation of the value, where does that put people at?
Okay. Yeah, so the reason I smile because a lot of people did not understand. I think we changed something. We did not change anything. We only, to put it right in the words, it's a gift. It's a gift from three of us, like from Jeremy, Ilya, and I. It wasn't coming from anyone or part of that. It was something that we already had it prior we started this. Something we had, right? And we grew, and the Endotech evaluation is, as we know, is very high right now. So this 2% represents around 30 million today. And those are the shares we wanted to properly reward people, because as we know, if we just gonna put this 2% between all shares, pace-setter leader shares, that $30 million, there's some there's got to be something, right? There's got to be a specific qualification, and it's actually for people who already achieved a share. For them, by achieving another share, they're going to also activate their other shares, which is huge, which is big. So currently, I think we have only one person in that pool. And that is, so that person is here. She just became from Japan. She just became a pace-setter leader yesterday, right? So currently we have only one person in this pool, and it's worth around 30 million. I believe when we're gonna complete our crowdfunding, but it's gonna still going on and on. Value is gonna grow and grow and grow, right? But at the completion, it could be worth that this pool itself, it could worth between 150 and 300 million, that pool alone, right? So now going back into how many pace-setter leaders shares we have total already achieved. I mean, you can see that on your back office is 60. What can somebody give me exact number?
Yeah, and that's people, that's individuals, not shares.
That's individuals.
Around 100 shares.
Yeah, so about 100 shares probably, because some people have 2 shares, some people have 3 shares, 4 shares, right? So anyway, this was just a gift and thank you, and at the same time, push, let's go and achieve something even higher and better, because I personally don't like caps. I always want to limit it. So when we started, we wanted to give, we want this company, because we're building it ourselves. I'm actually fighting for it to get in this pool myself. I want to get in this pool, even though I want to get in this pool, because we already have 4 shares. Once we activate another one, then boom, 5 shares in the pool. And we have to do all this work just like everyone else, right? Same thing as Jeremy. I mean, me and Ilya, Jeremy, we part of this, so we don't like caps. Our vision is big. Sometimes people ask me about my vision. I don't want to tell them my vision because I'm going to scare them with my vision, right? So our plan, our Daisy, this 2%, it's just the beginning. The growth and everything, it's too deep. So for people who can dream big, they can work with us. People who don't dream big, it's hard for them to see this opportunity.
Thank you for that, Edward. Thank you for the answer, but more thank you for the 2% because I'm putting my name on it. Let's put it that way, right? Someone actually just messaged me to say, to qualify for that 2%, what is the deadline for that? Because I believe there was a deadline announced in Dubai, but we just want to make sure.
When crowdfunding is done, when we close crowdfund, it's deadline. So there's no specific date. Once we achieve our crowdfunding,
this is going to be
open 2%. It's open all the way anytime. So someone could go and get 1 share, 2 shares, 5 shares more and they will qualify for that still up until the end of the crowdfunding.
Correct. You know, one more thing I think we should announce. I just remember something just to clarify, because I saw yesterday Caroline brought this to there's in a German translation, somehow there shows 5% of equity in a Pacesetter leadership pool. It's in the translation. I have no idea. There's never been discussion of that. There has never been giving this. It's not part of the compensation. But just to clarify, 5% Pacesetter pool already has a 5% of Endotech. And then another 5% is when you're purchasing your tiers, you get part of the equity. That's the 50%, and 30% goes part of the equity, right? And then on top of that, we give 2% more for a Pacesetter leader, because it's already worth a lot, and we just
So up till now, there's been no equity bonus pool for Pacesetter leaders, right? Only Pacesetter pool. So this is brand new, right? That was the announcement made in Dubai. It's brand new. It's never been there before. There's never been an equity pool for Pacesetter leaders until this new announcement. So and now it's permanent. So anyone can come in, become a Pacesetter leader between now and all the way to the end of reaching our crowdfunding goals, 500 million and Endotech going public, and they can earn from that pool. So it's going to be powerful.
Avi, you still probably have a few questions. Just our interpreters, they asked how much time you need to finish, because we're over 1 hour.
No, to be honest, they are on perfect timing, because we're pretty much, from what I had from gathering from people and what we wanted to make sure that the field gets to really hear clarification. These were the core things, especially I can't help but not really talk about this Forex promo again, because it's so exciting. Like Ed would say, it's hard to put it into words, because it represents so much for everyone as an opportunity, especially, and Edward, you'll understand this, understanding trading very well. When you look at the backtesting reports, considering that it's with the use of AI, it's going to constantly learn and improve on itself, depending on different market conditions. So that backtesting result on its own is powerful. I mean, it's very powerful, because there were some of those months which was just like, it blew my mind away. So maybe it would be good, Edward, if you share a little bit your view on the backtesting results that you've seen from your expertise in trading, and then we'll throw it to the three of you just to close off this call, because I think we've got all the questions answered. We're really humbled and really appreciate your time. And that of the interpreters. So if we've been going too fast, we often forget there's translation. Apologies for that, and thank you for all the amazing work that you do.
Yeah, thank you, John. Thank you, Anish. So if you remember, Dr. Anna said that she's going into this not because we need, but because we want, and we want to be prepared. So this is a really big part of Dr. Anna specifically. She is so cautious, and she sees the things ahead of a lot of steps ahead. One of her partner, Dmitry Gushin, who is a chess player. He was, when he was a kid, he was like in top 100 in the world, best chess players when he was a tiny kid, right? So they have so many, they see everything ahead. They look so much ahead of it, which is I like. And if you notice, when this back testing is done, there's also some live trading is done. She's not sharing about that. I see personal accounts, right? If you see in Forex that she uses only 10 to 30% leverage, you trade, so you know what that represents. I don't know if people really understand, but most people trade 100 leverage. In Forex, 150 is the lowest. And when you see 10 and 30, that's very, very conservative. So when you see these results, it's the most, in my opinion, it's the most conservative, safest Forex place to be. Because only 10 to 30 leverage, it's beyond again. Anyway, so we want to be in this, we want to be prepared, just in case if a crypto moving in some direction, regulations or something, we always have this backup plan, and our AI is capable, because we're going to attract even more attention from bigger institutional banks. So anyway, let's close the call. I guess we need to run.
Absolutely. Well, from my side, I just want to say massive thank you to all three of you, the founders of Daisy, Dr. Anna Becker, who's not here, the interpreters, and everyone who turned up on the call, because it's commitment. It's really commitment. And on that note, I have to share a little mention about our team here in Asia. There's quite a few of them on the call here. It was 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, so I don't know if they woke up early, they didn't sleep just to get on this call. That's what commitment is. And you know what, I salute you for that. Much respect, much love for that. And we look forward to seeing everyone on the next call. I'm pumped. I'm like, Daisy token, I'm buying. I'm going to be phoning people who hasn't done their Forex tiers, because it's a must. That's how I feel, and I hope you all feel the same way.
And I also want to give a shout out to all of the Paysetter leaders that were able to join us today. You can see them on the screen out there from all around the world. We didn't get to hear from everybody today because of the format, but many of these leaders said, hey, we want to be on, we want to support and be a part of this panelist team. So thank you guys for your leadership, and we'll hear more from them on maybe the next call. So Avi, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.